There are rumors circulating that Jack Mallers is going to announce that Apple will be taking Bitcoin. We'll find out on Thursday. That seems to be the driving narrative around crypto. We're going to talk a little bit about whether that's likely to be true. I wrote an entire newsletter on it today. And you know that I am not generally into conspiracy theories and rumors, so I would take everything with a grain of salt. Bitcoin's trading at a really key level, has been consolidating here for a couple of weeks. I've got Big Cheds here today, the people's champion, Cheds, in the house, going to discuss Bitcoin price action, see if his opinions have changed since last we talked. Going to review a bit more news. And to be frank, guys, I am scattered, getting ready for my trip to Miami, literally right after this stream is done. So this is going to be a very YOLO stream as we discuss everything going on. Let's do it.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of Wall Street. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and take your like button and just cheer your hand right into it because everybody's so excited about Bitcoin Miami. I'm really excited to get down there. Last year, I basically went for like 3 hours. And I was like, this place is way too crowded for me. And I'm going to go back to the hotel and sit by the pool. That's what I did last year. That's not going to be the case this year. I'm sitting on the official news desk for Bitcoin Magazine. I will be color commentating, getting my like Peyton Manning on or Chris, you'd name him, Bob Costas, you name your guy for a lot of the convention, and then just shooting tons of interviews and podcasts. Basically, we have like 16 hours a day scheduled of my voice dying. And actually, I'll be on the news desk, I think, right before Mahler's speech. So it'll be interesting. I'll be sitting right there to see what happens with Apple. Pretty pumped to get over there. Guys, of course, before we get started, as I told you yesterday, we have a new sponsor a couple times a week for the podcast and the live stream. That is Vauld. If you're looking for a place to trade, swap, automatically buy the dip, I'm telling you, the automatic investment plan, the AIP, their automatic buy the dip thing is so cool. Because you know that every time you're like, Bitcoin's going down to 40, bro, I'm going to buy it. And then it gets to 40 and you're like, no, I'll buy 30. This will automatically do that for you. And you'll be earning yield the entire time. The best yields in the business, 12.68% on stablecoins, 6.7% on Bitcoin, Ethereum. They're backed by Coinbase, Pantera. This is not some fly-by-night platform. Guys, check them out right down in the description. And then the thingy that's doing the thingy across the bottom of the thingy. Now, instead of wasting a whole bunch of time with things you don't care about, I'm going to do the thing you do care about, and that's bring on my man, Big Cheds, to the stream. Cheds, what's happening?
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Your energy is on a not. I know. I'm out there right now.
So if you were low energy, I would have come in like on top of the roof. I'm trying to balance you out.
No,
you know
good.
What I mean?
We know if getting married has taught me anything is that I need to be balanced by another human person. So, man, good to have you. So, listen.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that things have changed. So, I believe, don't quote me because I didn't go back and watch me. In the words of Easy E, don't quote me, boy, because I ain't said shit.
Yeah.
But basically, you said if we got above this area where we're at now, you thought there was an 80% chance we might go to 58. Is that wrong?
Yeah. Right, definitely. So we talked about the last time I was here, and by the way, thank you for having me. I appreciate the energy, and I hope you have a great time at the conference.
Wish you were gonna be there, man.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. I might be there. You wouldn't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might just be like throwing peanuts at me while I'm doing interviews.
I might be the guy stealing your watch. You never know. Like, you know, it could be. Look, so we spent a lot of time kind of bouncing and getting rejected at 45, 46. And when you have a level like that and you kind of recapture it, you're thinking, all right, what's the next target? And the move of that, right, was 56, 58K. But what's in the middle, right? Anytime you have a target, there's an obstacle in the way, MA 200. So it made sense for us to pause there, come back and retest the top of that boundary. But it isn't clean. We're getting chopped around so much here.
I brought your chart up just so they can see it, give us a visualization.
So, you know, this is this beautiful thing called Bitcoin that many of us probably dream about because we look at it so much. But as I was just mentioning, you know, after we kind of broke down from our attempted bottoming here, came back rejected, right? And we kind of broke through and you're thinking, what's the next kind of major spot? You take the height of the triangle, it gets us up to 56, 50, 58K. But as it's getting there, and we don't want to miss, any step, because it's about the journey, not the destination, right? We kind of observe the shooting star at the MA200, the tweezer top, and you're thinking, okay, we'll pause here, we'll come back, we'll retest. It's doing the thing where everyone gets screwed, where it's not giving you like a clean way to trade it. Break below 45K, break back up, get people excited. And just today, Michael Saylor, announcing his buys. We pump up over 47K, and now we're back to 46.4. And until we get above MA200, I think we're vulnerable. And as long as we're above 45K, I think we're in decent shape. So we're in this kind of chop zone where, unless you're really nimble and agile, you can trade the 1 hour, the 15-minute, the 4 hour, you're going to be really in a lot of trouble. So you kind of wait for one of those key levels to break. I'm still suspicious, though. I see Ethereum doing really well. I see alts doing really well. You often see that in kind of these interim tops on Bitcoin, Scott. And that's making me a little bit more cautious. Of course, ETH, BTC, we see the acceleration of this chart, recapturing the 200, recapturing this horizontal.
Love it.
And when Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not making new highs. Bitcoin is not kind of charging forward. So the strength of Ethereum, the strength of alt is making me more cautious as Bitcoin tries to churn through a key level. And that's kind of, where we're at.
Yeah, I think that's rational. So basically, it's discerning the time frame thing, right? Probably we eventually get there because we made the break. But if you're trading it aggressively right now, it's not necessarily time to YOLO long up to 58.
I think if we stay above 45K, we will eventually get there.
Yeah.
But I'm prepared to be in a situation where I say, all right, things have changed and we now have a false breakout. We have a failed breakout, and it's the thing we've talked about many times, where you have a clearly established level and you establish that level with what's called time interval, maybe a month in between or weeks in between, you break through. If you can't hold that, that's a really, really, really bad sign. So I'm prepared to kind of see that and to trade accordingly. But if we confirm the bull move, man, I'm ready to party down, man.
Someone said, couldn't we retest 42K again? I think very clearly, yes.
Yeah, but if we retest 42K, it's trouble. We don't want to retest 42K. You spend, when you have, in classical charting and really any school of thought, when you establish a level this significant over this period of time, with this many touches, when you break it, you can't get back below it. You need to think about things in terms of momentum and market confidence. If we break back below, we're pretty much screwed. I mean, that's it. If we get back below 45K, we are pretty much screwed in the short term. I think we see 35K. I think we see these lower support levels tested. If we get back below this key level, that's why it's so important. Will we do that? I don't know. I don't either. Yeah, I mean, what is that? Automatic investment? What is that? AIP? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's really cool, man. You just set like anytime it dips 10%, I want to buy this much. Right, time dips 20%, and it just automatically does it. Of course, you can still be the dumb human that goes in and changes that right before it happens. But at least it's, if you're driving the car or something, maybe you'll actually buy the dip you said you were going to buy.
Weekly time frame, right? We're recapturing the MA50. We're getting a little bit of confidence here. The orange line, we'll clean that up. Above that level, I think there's a lot of room for optimism. We're above our moving averages here on the longer time frame, but we're at a key pivot. We're right at a key moment. And it's so important that we stay above this level we just recaptured. We don't have to overcomplicate our analysis. We don't have to draw pennants, triangles, Elliott waves. We don't have to do any of that. We just have to that's it. We got to hold that level, brother.
So true. It's crazy. I hadn't, until you just said it, because I've been such a shit show today, I didn't even see that MicroStrategy had bought again, 190.5 million worth of Bitcoin. Now he has 129,218 Bitcoins. What's crazy is actually the reason that I'm rushing to Miami today is that I'm doing a Bloomberg event with Saylor and Mike McGlone today when we get down there. So I can go ask him about this in person today.
Really?
How much are you going to buy this week, buddy? I want to know. But I think that he's been sort of replaced by Duquan as the Duquan as the big whale in the market, right?
It goes, when I hear all the narratives, you know me, I'm not a narrative trader. And when I hear other people buying because they think he's going to buy, it makes me want to short. It makes me want to go against that. You often see that buy the rumor, sell the news. You often see people buying because they think someone else is going to be the savior of the market, but that's not a good strategy. It's about momentum. It's about holding levels. It's about building levels. I don't think that's a good strategy to buy because you think someone else is going to
No.
move the price up. Like, just
And
doesn't do
frankly,
it.
Saylor never times it right. And that I don't
Yeah.
think you and I
Yeah.
have actually discussed this at length,
Yeah.
right? You're always like, wow, what a shitty trader.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Yeah.
true, right? And my approach is like, I think the dude just literally like the minute he has cash, it's YOLO, I'm buying this and I'm never like if your view on I think an asset is literally never selling, which I think his is, the price is completely agnostic. If you actually care about selling at any point, you should probably consider your entries.
There's a lot of people who say, listen, they see those buys and they put out tweets and they say, look at this guy, just buy and hold, just buy and hold, buy and hope. But that guy can handle a 50% drawdown. Like most people probably can't. And so don't try to put yourself in his shoes and don't try to be Michael Saylor. We have to all manage our risk based on our investment threshold, our timeline, our patience, our discipline, our skill level. If you're doing that, then just look at the yearly chart and hang out and you'll be fine and you'll never stress. But, you're not here to listen to us if you're trading the yearly chart,
No, you're just anyone can tell you to buy and hold, which I do.
That's it.
But so with some of your money. So before I let you go, you mentioned sort of Bitcoin has been outperforming. We've seen some pretty aggressive altcoin moves.
Yeah,
right?
we have
50% moves, 200% moves, 300% moves. Do you think that this is that we can see this continue, or do you think that we kind of, because we sort of see dominance drop to a certain level, we get these spastic pumps. If you caught the ones that did it, good for you. But is now a time to start chasing altcoin pumps, or do you think now is a time for caution across the market?
I think it's never a bad time to play the relative strength participants. I think it's never a bad time to buy a dip in a chart that has showed continued strength over time, like Luna.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to extend my risk management and start playing really Litecoin or XVG or some of the Zilk or even VET or something that has underperformed. Filecoin. I'm not going to play that stuff, but I'll look at Sol. I'll look at maybe FTM, which has improved a lot recently, but I'll definitely look at Luna. I'll look at the relative strength participants, but we understand why alts are running. It's because Bitcoin paused.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Paused with optimism.
Well, there's always there's not always
like when Bitcoin dumps hard and people think it's consolidating for another dump, even if it goes sideways for a long time, they don't generally go risk on and start getting excited about altcoins. I think it's because we've bounced up. I think we're back in the 40s.
Yeah.
It looks like an uptrend. You've got all this sort of like Duquan's going to buy, $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. I just think there's optimism. So people are willing to.
But we're below the MA200. I mean, we're bouncing to the underside of an MA200. So you still have to be cautious. It's just, we've been around a lot and we know what happens when altcoins are running. Usually it's not great for Bitcoin kind of, in the medium term. What are you going to say with that?
Especially if it's like Link or Litecoin, right?
Yeah. Well, XVG I saw XVG pumping right when BTC was at the MA200 and it was up like 30%. I'm like, that's not good. Like, you just know, okay, that's a bad sign. Like if Luna's pumping, cool. Like Sol, you're like, I get it. Like there's things going on. So there's context to all this.
Yeah. Totally agree, man. I gotta move on. Thank you so much for joining. Always, I mean, you should just basically do this show instead of me, frankly.
Yeah.
But for anyone who doesn't follow, which is literally nobody. If they follow me, they follow you. But where can everybody follow you? Obviously, check out the book. What are you doing like on a weekly, daily basis? Tons of live streaming, obviously, and content.
Gardening, man. It's fishing, all that good stuff. You see my name there, Big Cheds on Twitter, but go to YouTube, check out Cheds Trading, check out the tutorials, the playlists. I don't stream a lot, but I try to put value there, and I hopefully you'll enjoy it.
On the weekends, though, which is nice because a lot of people are off, and there's a good bit of people sitting around. I love to catch those when I can.
Thank you, brother.
Gets his dance on. Everybody, the man, the myth, the legend, Big Cheds. Peace, man. I appreciate you. Thank you.
See ya.
Guys, we're going to keep moving on with the news. I didn't know even that MicroStrategy had bought again, but no surprises here, right? This has become sort of a regular event, but good to see it happening. So listen, this article doesn't say anything specific. Is Apple about to buy? The answer is I wrote the newsletter about it. It's free. You can read it. The gist is there's been rumors because Jack Mallers obviously made the El Salvador announcement at the Bitcoin convention last year. They've sort of said that anytime he keynotes at this convention, it's going to be some sort of big announcement. There's like 75 big announcements coming at this convention, apparently, but this is going to be the big one on Thursday. And the rumor is that it has to do with Apple not only buying Bitcoin, 1.5 billion in their treasury, but that I've literally can find nothing except for rumor about that. and the fact that Bitcoin might start to accept payments. Jack's left a little bit of what would appear to be a breadcrumb trail, doing his little Hansel and Gretel type vibe with hints that maybe it's Apple, wearing an Apple hat, saying fuck you to a Chase ATM, talking about Steve Jobs' speeches and Apple events of the past, playing their commercials. Would be huge to see, but yet again, don't expect it. Regardless, I do think that we will have a huge announcement of some sort. Remember, last year, we saw El Salvador accept Bitcoin as legal tender, and the price was like $38,000 and didn't really move. We really haven't seen these events move price when they've happened in the past. I love this. Gemini report, crypto reached tipping point in 2021. That's tip. Still tipping on Fofos, wrapped in. Yeah. Did you Mike Jones and Paul Wall, y'all? Mike Jones still tipping on Fofos, wrapped in Fofos. Yeah. I love that beat. Hot. Cryptocurrency ownership is highest in Brazil and Indonesia. The survey found nearly 60% of adults in Latin America and Africa say crypto is the future of money. Yeah, because they live places where their money sucks. That's why it matters. Compared to 23% in the US. We live a place where our money sucks, but it sucks less than the other monies that suck worse. Right? Still tipping. That's my shit. But here you go. Here's some stats. Here's some statistics. Slightly more than half the respondents in India, Brazil, and Hong Kong made their first purchases in 2021. 45% was the number in the US, Latin America, and Asian Pacific, and was about 40% in Europe. So we know that about 1 in 5 Americans apparently own crypto. 45% of those bought it for the first time last year. Imagine what's going to happen in the next bull run. My God, they're going to buy everything that you want to sell to them. We'll be buying too. We'll be buying too, honestly. But wow. Crazy adoption. Store of value narrative is the chief driver, but not in the United States. Obviously, in other countries where their money is worth a heaping pile of dog shit with a side of kitty litter, that's where obviously the store of value narrative is playing the hardest. Security and education, holding back adoption. Yeah, people get hacked all the time and don't understand how not to. So it makes sense that a lot of people would not want to buy still. Touch the like button. Touch it. Yeah. But I'm not selling my Bitcoin ever. I don't care when they FOMO in or when they come in later. But they're going to be, we know that a lot of like meme coins and stuff will probably drive the market, which we don't have that much interest in touching. I did not try to call Mike Jones. Anyways, what's the next story that I probably didn't read in advance of this stream because I was packing? German authorities shut down Russian darknet market, seized 25 million in Bitcoin. Well, it must be Bitcoin's fault then. The Hydra Markets Bitcoin privacy mixer complicated the investigation, police say. Yeah, these mixers, man, they be mixing. It's like you put your coins in a blender, you start with a banana and like some peanut butter, and all of a sudden you just have like this like sort of liquid poop looking thing. It's called a smoothie. People eat them on purpose for health reasons. I like smoothies, to be honest. They're pretty good. But yeah, so basically they shut this down. It was the Russian darknet. This will probably, I would imagine, get Elizabeth Warren, get her a lady hard on about how we're avoiding sanctions and all the little things that she likes to talk about with crypto. Hey, Gensler wants SEC and CFTC to regulate crypto exchanges together. I cannot stop making this joke. But like SEC and CFTC, they're basically the Warren G and Nate Dogg of 2022. SEC and CFTC going to regulate, right? 16 in the clip, 1 in the hole. Gary Gensler is about to make some cryptos turn cold. Now they drop in, delisting. It's a tad bit late. Gary Gensler, CFTC had to regulate. They had to. I would actually bet that right now, if Gary Gensler is in his car, then the next stop is the East Side Motel. East Side Motel. But yeah, Gary Gensler, he wants to regulate everything. He wants to mount up. I guess if your job is to regulate, you're like, well, he probably goes to the grocery store and he's like, see that fucking cheese? I'm going to regulate that shit. Regulate this milk. Date seems wrong. We'll regulate the sugar content of these Lucky Charms. It's what he's going to do. When you tell someone to regulate, they're just going to regulate on everything. He probably goes home and tries to regulate his TV, his wife, and his kids, right? But now he's talking about crypto exchanges, talking about everything being a security, talking about yield products, talking about everything. And he's like, yeah, we posse up. Posse up. My posse's on Broadway. That's Sir Mix-a-Lot, for any of you who know. And that's like Sir Mix-a-Lot before Baby got back, when Sir Mix-a-Lot was good. Me and Kid Sensation at home away from home in the black Benz limo with the cellular phone. I'm calling up number. Okay. Yeah. My posse's on Broadway. But yeah, he's trying to posse up right now with the CFTC, get all the regulators to regulate together and do regulations. That's what's happening. Celo token hits 3-month high amid launch of 20 million incentive fund. 20 million incentive fund is not that big, to be honest. We've seen a lot of these projects do 100, 200, 300 million, 20 million at this point. Cool, but it's a drop in the bucket. Every time I see Celo token, I think of a club I used to DJ at, house music in New York City called Celo. So it kind of just messes with my head. But yeah, Celo has been absolutely pumping on this news. And just because we're kind of having an alt season, here's what's happening if you haven't seen the chart. Yeah, I mean, just yesterday it went from $3.70 up to $4.80 and then touched 520 today before starting to retrace. Guess if you're trading this thing, you're excited that you got higher lows here. These are probably your key levels. I'm not doing do-rags by Nas, but I can reference it. Rips Yellow, that was a great place. This guy is so annoying. What the fuck? Hey, your mom's ugly and you can leave anytime, you fucking loser. Sorry, Matt. I'm just kidding. You're great. But leave. Honestly, leave. So yeah, Celo looking pretty decent right here still, but you can't chase a candle like that. If you're looking to buy this, maybe buy the dip. So we have this crazy Waves situation happening right now. Waves is taking crypto traders on a wild ride. Here's what you need to know. A broken stablecoin peg, accusations of price manipulations, a whole lot of price movement, and a dickhead in the chat. Doesn't say that, but there is. He's there. Matthew, he was kidding. Love you, dog. We're cool now. I like your hair also. Mine won't do that because I'm an old person. I'm sure his mom's great. His mom's lovely. She actually told me to tell him hello and not to forget his lunch this morning. You know, when I woke up in her mom's bed. So yeah, guys, I don't know if you saw this, but there was like these crazy accusations that Waves was a Ponzi scheme and they were pumping it by buying their own stablecoin and backing it and pushing it. And then Sasha, the CEO of Waves, came back and was like, no. It's the folks at Alameda, he said SBF and friends, that they're actually manipulating the price. And so what you get from all this narrative that nobody really cares about is a chart that looks like this. Actually, this is a pretty famous pattern. I don't know if I can draw it. But this is the rare Empire State Building pattern, right? And that's the top of the Empire State Building right there. And then you can also make a different pattern with it. Oh my God. God, what did he draw? Stream's over. But yeah, I mean, this was the all-time high here at 41.86. This reached all the way to 64. Massive monster dump. Yeah, I am a bit unhinged today, guys. It's been I've got so much going on. If you guys don't know this, like, I'm not kidding when I tell you I'm a human person with ADHD, and it's a thing, and it doesn't get triggered that often. But when I'm like, oh, I need to pack a million things, and oh, I need to do this, and oh, I'm preparing for 74 podcasts in 72 hours. My shit gets a little spastic. Yeah, it's true. Did I really do what? I've been reported to the fun police. Did I really do what? I don't know what I did. Yeah, unhinged is good, man. Let it fly. Anyways, man, there's one more story here. Trudeau Challenger wants Canada to embrace Bitcoin. Yeah, that's good because obviously the Canadian government has been poo-pooing Bitcoin left and right, especially when truckers try to use it, to like buy food and diapers for their kids. But hey, freedom of money is not a thing. This guy's name is, I mean, if you're from America, it's unpronounceable. It's Pierre Poilievre. Poilievre, Poilievre. Get some more vowels and V's in there, bro. Nah, man, I'm not trying to make fun of the people. I'm not making fun of the French name. I'm making fun of Americans who literally can't pronounce anything in another language, right? We can't do it. But it's really exciting because the big news here, this is a news story. The man bought a shawarma. And he did it with Bitcoin. He did it with Bitcoin. Bought a shawarma. That's a big deal. Buy a shawarma, because everyone loves shawarma. It's delicious. Do you think, though, that the shawarma he bought was real? Or do you think that it was like, we call it street meat in New York, rat kebab? I don't really know. It's pronounced poo-poo. Okay. Hugh Jardin. Hugh Jardin. You've got a huge Arden, my friend. Sacre bleu. Let's say more French things. Take the dumpling out of your mouth. Yeah. Hello, I just started in crypto last week. I'm friendly by Elon Poop Moon. Where do I buy it, please? Thank you. That's funny. Oh, God, I got reported to the SEC again for saying whatever. Yeah, bro, you got to bring the energy all day. Speaking of all day, you guys want to look at my Bitcoin chart? We looked at his. Let's look at mine. They're the same. So listen, here's that 200. I don't have it up, do I? I played myself. There's the 200 MAs talking about that red line right there, right? That is clearly where we got rejected. But I did draw this and we're right there, so I got to stick with it. I'm not agreeing that we should be shorting here. I think we're getting a major retest of support right now, and it is party time. It's time to do parties, right? I'm actually loving the price action right now, to be quite honest. I think it's nice that we're consolidating above support. I think we're doing pretty good. I could be wrong, of course, but the 200 MA on the daily is above, but now we have the 50 MA on the weekly below still. And to me, that, my friends, is important. So guys, Tuesday going up on a Tuesday. I got your girl in the club, she Tuesday. Coins going up. Do you guys think that Bitcoin's going to go up for the conference or down? What do you think? Tell me. I want your opinion real quick before I get out of here. So is there going to be a stream the rest of the week? That's a good question. I'm going to tell you a secret. So last year they did the conference at Mana Winwood. They expected 10,000 people. 15,000 showed up. People couldn't get in. It was a shit show. People were breathing into like my nose hole. Their tongues were in the back of my ear places that I did not expect, only because it was a sardine can and it was horrid. Well, this year they made it a much bigger venue, 25,000 people. That part's great, but apparently the logistics, shit show. So everywhere we're supposed to be shooting, they keep moving things, changing things. We're not really aware of what the internet situation is going to be. So we are going to try to live stream, but I would say at least tomorrow, very unlikely that we will have it figured out. But we're going to do our best. I'm going to be shooting so much content. If you see me and you're a person that doesn't hate me, feel free to come say hi. If you're a person that does hate me, maybe you can engage with me and we can become friends. All I ask is that you keep your hands off my genitals because you guys are fucking weird, and that you keep your COVID, you aim it here and try not to go here. I don't really give a shit about that part. Like, I feel like everyone's got COVID, getting it, whatever. But like, if possible, I don't know, keep your flu away too. Your RSV, hand, foot, mouth, you dirty children. Keep that shit away from me. Just maybe like give me a pound and have a conversation. Yeah, I know you were. Oh, my watch just said she's having trouble. Yeah, I know you were going to go for there's people who do that. Like, I have a friend. We're 45 years old. I've known him for 27 years. And within like 20 minutes of meeting a stranger, he will still say, "Hey, bro, what's the capital of Thailand?" And then they go, "What?" And he goes, "Bangkok." And he slaps you in the nuts. Yeah, we all have that friend. Yeah. I'm not trying to get like HPV from the tip of your finger when you slap me. Yeah. No reach arounds, Nick, and your creepy hat. Anyways, guys, I got to go to Miami. Like literally, I got to go finish packing and I got to go. I will see a lot of you there, I think. Seriously, though, come say hi. I'm an approachable, friendly person. And I'm going down there to interact and hang out and meet people. And I would love to meet you guys. I will tell you, though, there will be large, goonish people standing not so far, maybe visible or not visible if you fuck with me. I roll like that. So back off the nutsack. Love you guys. Hopefully, if you don't see me on live stream, check out my Twitter. I'll post some videos. We're going to be doing a lot. And by the way, at this convention, you're literally not allowed to talk about altcoins, but I'm going to probably do it. You think I'm going to interview like 70 people and be like, so what do you think of institutional adoption of Bitcoin? No, I'm going to be like, when is Doge going to be the global reserve currency, Kaiser? What's up? Let's do this. Peace out, guys. Check out Vauld.